Hey guys, Tom here, and today I am bringing you my WWE RAW review for the 28th of March 2016. So this was the go-home show for WrestleMania 32. Did it feel like a go-home show? Not really. I thought it was an okay Monday Night Raw. The first hour or two was pretty good, but the third hour, it absolutely dragged, and it certainly didn't feel like a go-home show. And this show just made me realise so much how many matches on this card I really don't care about. The only two matches I'm looking forward to at WrestleMania are the Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar match, and of course the Shane McMahon and Undertaker match. The rest of the matches I don't give a flying fuck about, and that's the only thing I took away from this week's Monday Night Raw. It was absolutely poor as hell. Go home show for WrestleMania. It did not feel like it. So in today's video, I'm going to break down everything which happened on Monday Night Raw. Some of the stuff was good, some of the stuff was really bad, but we're going to break it all down. We'll start off by talking about the start of the show and work our way through to the main event. So the show started off with, you know what, we started off pretty well. We started off with Undertaker and Shane McMahon. I thought this was absolutely great. So the Undertaker, despite being a great wrestler, he really isn't a very good talker. He cannot talk for shit on the microphone, but thankfully we didn't have to listen to him for too long because Shane McMahon came out and interrupted The Undertaker. Now, it doesn't get old. I mean, we're still getting used to Shane McMahon coming out on Monday Night Raw, and I'm still bloody loving it. I thought this was absolutely awesome. Starting Monday Night Raw with a bang, The Undertaker and Shane McMahon in the ring at the same time, and it's still pretty freaking awesome to hear Shane McMahon's music on Monday Night Raw. So I did think this was a great way to start Monday Night Raw. I mean, it's been very rare in this feud to see them in the same ring at the same time. I think we've only seen it once in the past, and this time they finally got physical, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Shane McMahon, 40 plus years old, puts himself and The Undertaker through the announcer's table at the start of Monday Night Raw. I mean, that is a great way to start Monday Night Raw. This was freaking awesome. Everybody is getting sick and tired of starting Raw every week with the authority promos. This was something fresh. This was something new. This was what we wanted to see. This is a match we want to see at WrestleMania. Start things off on Monday Night Raw with a bang. Freaking Shane McMahon putting himself and The Undertaker through an announcer's table. That is what we want to see on the road to WrestleMania. This was absolutely awesome. I loved it. Wow, wow, wow. Great way to start Monday Night Raw. We also had a pretty decent match to follow it. We had Zack Ryder defeating Chris Jericho. Now, this match made me realise, why isn't Zack Ryder on Monday Night Raw more often? Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with this guy. This guy can wrestle. He's got great ring awareness. He connects with the crowd naturally. You can see it. It happened years ago. They did drop the ball with him, but he's a great guy. He's a decent wrestler in the ring. He's a hell of a lot better than some of the wrestlers which get exposure on Monday Night Raw week in and week out. Why is this guy not on Monday Night Raw every single freaking week? And he had a decent match against Chris Jericho here. It was very, very short, but what I saw of it just made me question, why isn't this guy on Monday Night Raw every single week? Because he is pretty awesome. So he put on a pretty good match with Chris Jericho here, and he ended up defeating Chris Jericho. Now, the whole point of this match was AJ Styles goading Chris Jericho into accepting their match at WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, I really don't care about Chris Jericho against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 32. I mean, these two, they've had a match against each other about 3 times now. WrestleMania is the show of shows. It's the biggest show of the year. Why do I want to see AJ against Chris Jericho for like the 4th friggin' time? I don't. I know some people will, so I'm not like complaining, but I don't want to see it. I've seen it many times before, so I really didn't care about this segment. I thought the match was good between Ryder and Jericho, but it didn't do much for me because I'm not bothered about seeing it again. If I want to see it again, I'll just go on the network and watch their match at Fastlane. I mean, this isn't a WrestleMania-worthy match. At least put a good stipulation for it. But it's just a traditional singles match, which we've seen before between the two. So this didn't really do much for me. And why is AJ Styles still doing the Y2 jackass chant? I mean, it didn't get over last week. It was cringy last week. Nobody cared about it last week. It was bordering on embarrassing last week. So for some reason, he did it again this week. Y2 jackass. That is embarrassing. A grown man would not say something like that. That is absolutely horrendous. But anyway, Zack Ryder beats Chris Jericho with a roll-up. It makes him go over the edge. Chris Jericho, he knows how to do a heel turn. He starts slamming chairs all over the place. He pushes the cameraman. That's great. He knows how to do a heel turn. And it ends up accepting AJ Styles' challenge at WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, I really don't care about this match at WrestleMania. We've seen it all before. Doesn't feel like a WrestleMania match when we've seen it all before, and at the end of the day, that's another match I really don't care about at WrestleMania. But why isn't Zack Ryder on it every week? I have no idea. Sort it out. Anyway, swiftly moving on, we then have Charlotte defeating Becky Lynch. Now, this took me by surprise. You would have thought that since Charlotte was the Divas champion and is in a triple threat match at WrestleMania between Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks, you would think that Charlotte wouldn't be going into that match looking the weaker of the three, but for some reason she was booked to beat Becky Lynch here, which makes absolute no sense. I mean, Charlotte, the champion, should be going into the match looking the weakest, because people are going to buy the pay-per-view, people are going to watch the pay-per-view to see the Divas champion, the heel, defeated, and we get a new Divas champion. So why Charlotte is getting momentum here didn't really make much sense to me. You would have expected any given day for Becky Lynch to get the win here and put some stress on the champion. Made no sense to give Charlotte the win here. I don't understand why they did that. But at the end of the day, solid match. I'm looking forward to their match at WrestleMania, but I've just got a huge gripe about this whole feud. It's been pretty piss poor. I mean, the build towards this match has been pretty horrendous. There's been barely any promos. There's been barely anything. I mean, nothing at all. There really hasn't been anything for this feud. I mean, I know it's going to be a great match, and I'm excited for it, but the build has been kind of non-existent. I mean, it is pretty been disappointing, and hopefully the match lives up to the expectation, but the build has been... there's been nothing there, so it's been quite kind of weird. I mean, I would have expected them to, you know, put a lot of effort into this match. I mean, could potentially be one of the best Divas matches in many, many years, and there really hasn't been anything going on. I mean, Sasha Banks just sat there during the match. She didn't do anything. I mean, yeah, she didn't do anything. I mean, just nothing's really going on. I mean, it's really rather strange. But at the end of the day, it was a solid match. Becky... if I was booking this show, I would have given Becky the win, because obviously she's the challenger. She should be going into WrestleMania looking stronger than the champion, because we want to see a Divas Championship change. So if the champion goes in looking the weakest, that makes sense, but I don't know what they were doing here. But anyway, moving on. We then had a match between Kane and Big Show against the Social Outcasts, which ended, thankfully, in a no contest very, very quickly. I didn't want to see this match. Nobody wanted to see this match. I mean, for the last 3 weeks, we've had a segment on Raw between Kane, Big Show, and the Social Outcasts. Nobody ever liked it. Why they continue to do it, I have no idea. But thankfully, this one was cut short when the entire roster came out. And attacked everybody in the ring, which was kind of like, an advertisement for the Battle Royal at the WrestleMania pre-show. But at the end of the day, everybody that went in towards the ring, I don't give a shit about. I mean, I think there was Damien Sandow is the only guy in there I actually cared about. I mean, that is how bad this Battle Royal is going to be. I mean, I really didn't care for anybody in the ring. It was actually embarrassing that there's nobody in that ring I well and truly cared about. I mean, wow. That is how bad it has got. I mean, there was 20, 30 guys in the ring there. There was one, maybe two I actually cared about. I mean, it was actually embarrassing. It was shameful. I mean, what? Oh my God. I mean, And then Kane and Big Show ended the whole segment standing tall. I mean, guys, it's 2016. Somebody had a go at me on my Raw review last week by saying I don't give any respect to the legends Kane and Big Show, but it's 2016 and they are still standing tall at an end of a segment. I mean, come on, pass the torch. When are you going to pass the torch and let younger, fresher guys get the torch and move on? I mean, it's 2016. Why are they even still on the show? It makes absolute no sense. We're getting bored of it. Come on. And we've seen the same thing for the last 3 weeks. Them beating up the social outcasts. It got boring the first time. Why are you doing it again? This is the go-home show for WrestleMania 32. What are you doing? This made absolute no sense to me. Anyway, swiftly moving on. The Authority, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon cut a promo on Roman Reigns about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I thought this was the second best promo of the night behind Paul Heyman's promo, but it still was a very, very good promo. This was absolutely awesome. Triple H, he is an absolute beast at cutting promos. I mean, this did feel like WrestleMania season when we get a promo like this. I very, very much enjoyed this promo by Triple H. He sounded like a badass. He said how proud he was, how much of a beast he was. He's been at the most WrestleMania matches of all time, and he's been in 9 championship matches at WrestleMania. He was basically bigging himself up, but he's damn good at it. This was an incredible promo. Wow, wow, wow. And it was completely ruined when Roman Reigns hit the ring. I was really enjoying this promo. Rarely I enjoy promos. I'm more of a wrestling guy, of course, but I like this promo. This was a good promo. Absolutely awesome promo, but then Roman Reigns came out and spoiled it. To no reaction, he got booed, Triple H got cheered. Whenever Roman did a move, it got booed. Whenever Triple H did a move, it got cheered. That is something wrong with, well, that is wrong, okay? Why they're still going with this match, I have no idea, but yeah, that's wrong. That shouldn't be happening. They knew this would happen, but you know what? They're stubborn. They'll go with what they want. But at the end of the day, after Roman Reigns came out, this segment just got, I don't really give a shit. I mean, yeah, Roman Reigns attacks Triple H. Whee! Yeah, whatever they do, I'm never going to be interested in the main event of WrestleMania this year. Whatever match has Roman Reigns in, I don't give a shit. The Triple H promo was great. Roman Reigns comes out. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. I don't care. Yeah, so swiftly moving on. We then got Kofi Kingston defeating Alberto Del Rio. I mean, this didn't make sense either. The Kofi Kingston, The New Day, are the tag team champions, but they're getting the win over the challengers, the League of Nations. Alberto Del Rio should have won here, because they're the challengers. I mean, I suppose the New Day are the babyfaces, so you might want to give them the win here, but the League of Nations are challenging the New Day. So, if you want to look like their championship reign is vulnerable and is likely to change hands at WrestleMania, I think would expect them to give the win to Alberto Del Rio here, not the champions. What is exciting about pay-per-views is the champion changes, where titles change hands. So, why they're having Kofi go over here doesn't really make much sense. I mean, what? I mean, they gave Charlotte the win, now they're giving Kofi the win, who is a champion. It just doesn't really make much sense. The match was great, really, really good match. I really, really enjoyed it. I wish they gave it more time because it was really, really good. I'm actually quite excited for their match at WrestleMania. I do think it will be good. I really hope the New Day win though. But yeah, this match was great. Am I enjoying the New Day as baby faces? Honestly, not really. I prefer them as heels because I said this last week, when they're heels, they're cheeky, they get away with things that they probably shouldn't do, but that's what's kind of great about them. But now they're kind of pandering to the crowd, and it's still the New Day. I still like it, but I think they're a lot better as heels. So, but anyway, I still think the New Day are one of the best things on Monday Night Raw, and after the match, Jonathan Coachman came out, which felt very out of place. I mean, the New Day are celebrating their win over the League of Nations, and then for some reason the coach comes out. Felt very, very out of place. And he announced that he'll be doing Sports Center on Sunday, but and then he started dancing with the New Day. That was pretty funny, but it just felt kind of strange him just walking out when they'd won a match. Felt very fake. But anyway, we then had a backstage segment where the Dudley Boys helped Triple H attack Roman Reigns backstage. You know, yeah, that's all cool at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, nobody really cares for the main event. There's only 2 matches I care about. Dean's match, Shane McMahon's match. Whatever they do to build towards this Roman Reigns match, I don't care. It's never going to do anything for me. You're never going to convince me that that's what should be the main event of WrestleMania this year. Moving on, Callisto defeating Connor. This was kind of like an advertisement for Callisto's match with Ryback. Connor, a similar build to Ryback. Callisto showing that he can easily defeat Connor. Why can't he easily defeat Ryback at WrestleMania? After the match, Ryback got in his face, did feed me more, and then walked off. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania, and you've got Ryback going, feed me more, and then walking off. Yeah, doesn't make much sense, does it? And this is another match I don't give a shit about. This is not a WrestleMania-worthy match. Ryback against Callisto for the US title. That's not a WrestleMania match. And to make things worse, Ryback comes out, he stares him in the face, and then walks off. You tell me there's something wrong with that. Anyway, we then got Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar cutting one of the best promos of the year. This was amazing. I mean, Paul Heyman is an absolute legend at cutting promos and selling a match. This was amazing. I mean, if you haven't seen this promo, bloody go watch it. This was absolutely awesome. Wow. You know, I was fixated on this. It gave me goosebumps. I mean, he's so good at building up Brock Lesnar. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then to make things even better, if you weren't impressed by that promo, then Dean Ambrose comes out. He doesn't look at Brock Lesnar at all. He comes out with a trolley, goes under the ring, gets some weapons and the steel steps, puts it inside his trolley, and then walks off up the ramp with the trolley. Doesn't look at Brock Lesnar, doesn't say a word. But that was probably one of the best segments of the night. I mean, yes, this is what I want to see. This is going to be awesome. Mick Foley and Edge at WrestleMania step back. Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. This is going to be the street fight you remember at WrestleMania. This was awesome. The Paul Heyman promo was great. Dean Ambrose coming out with his trolley. So unique. So many segments Dean Ambrose is in. They're really unique. I really like them. They're finally showing the lunatic character that they've been promising for years. We've never really seen this lunatic until now. The road to WrestleMania has really brought the lunatic fringe really well and truly out. I'm really enjoying it. It's going to be great. He didn't even say a word, and I'm so excited for that match. Anyway, moving on. Emma defeated Paige. Why is this feud happening? I don't know. Why is this a WrestleMania match? I don't know. Lana randomly attacks Brie Bella one week, and now we've got a huge-ass Divas match on our hands. Who gives a shit? This is not a WrestleMania-worthy match. This is not a match I want to see. And then they said that Brie Bella's team has a mystery partner. I was thinking, holy shit, it's going to be Trish Stratus. It's going to be Lita. Guess who it was? Frickin' Eva Marie. Yeah, this is the go-home show until WrestleMania 32, and Eva Marie is the special team member for Brie Bella's team. LOL! What? Come on! This is WrestleMania season. And she joins the babyface team and she gets absolutely booed out the building. I mean, the two most hated superstars on the roster are Roman Reigns and Eva Marie, and they're both babyfaces apparently. Makes no sense. This was absolutely dumb as fuck. The match sucked. Very boring. Why is this feud happening? Lana's never explained why she attacked Brie Bella. Is she going to wrestle at WrestleMania? Who fucking knows? Who cares? Stupid feud. Why is it happening at WrestleMania? It's just going to take time off other matches that we want to see. Moving on, the worst match of the night, without a doubt, was Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, and Dolph Ziggler defeating Kevin Owens, Stardust, and The Miz. This match spanned over 2 or 3 commercial breaks. The crowd were bored at the start. They were chanting CM Punk. The crowd was absolutely dead. You could tell they didn't give a shit the first 5 minutes in. It was boring. Nothing happened. But at the end of the day, Why should we care about this match? We wanted to see Sami against Owens at WrestleMania. For some reason, they blew it away. They ended up throwing all these people into a random ladder match last week, which made absolutely no sense. It was like, oh, this WrestleMania card sucks. How do we make it better? Let's throw a ladder match on there. That'll sort our problems. No, it doesn't. Nobody gives a shit about half the people in this match. Sin Cara, Ziggler, Stardust, Miz, all jobbers. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is what we wanted to see. We didn't get it. They threw it in to a ladder match, which made absolutely no sense. Why should we get behind this feud at all? No, we shouldn't. Why should we care about this match? No, we shouldn't. Why this match lasted 20 minutes? No, it shouldn't. Nobody cared. And then nothing exciting happened in the whole 20 minutes. I mean, it was fucking boring. This was worse than a house show match. It was dull. Nothing happened. And at the end of the day, whatever they do, they don't need to build a fucking ladder match. People are going to watch the ladder match. Whatever. It's going to be exciting. Why is this match even happening on Raw? It was fucking boring. Anyway, moving on. The last segment of the night. Last year, we got Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns tugging. Lol, that sounds weird. Tugging over the championship to end Monday Night Raw, and everybody shit on it. But this was probably even worse. I mean, it's like they've run out of ideas or they've completely lost the plot. Triple H and Roman Reigns, they brawl to end the show. Who gives a fucking shit? The locker room emptied to try to pull them apart, but it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't give a crap. I mean, yay. And the only thing that Roman Reigns did was his Undertaker dive over to Triple H, and the crowd said, "You're still shit." Yeah, you are still shit. Whatever you do, I'm not going to care about this WrestleMania main event. This whole Monday Night Raw was absolute garbage. I mean, I'm getting so hot and sweaty talking about it. The only thing that was good this show was freaking Shane McMahon doing the dive onto the announce table and bloody Paul Heyman's promo. The rest of it was absolute garbage. What was that last ending segment? That doesn't make me want to watch WrestleMania. The Sami Zayn match was absolute garbage. The Emma defeating Paige, who gives a shit. Callisto defeating Connor, what the fuck is that? Kofi going over Alberto Del Rio, that makes no sense. Kane and Big Show going over in 2016. Charlotte defeating Becky Lynch. Ugh. And Zack Ryder defeating Chris Jericho. And now we've got Jericho AJ about 1,000 times before. Who gives a crap? This Monday Night Raw was not, or did not feel like a go-home show for WrestleMania. I'm feeling pissed off because I was hoping this show was going to be good. I stayed up until 4 o'clock to watch this goddamn garbage. What did you guys think? Since it was a go-home show, this week's Monday Night Raw is going to get a 5 out of 10 from me. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments. What did you think? Take care. Spike your hair.